Lincroft, now summer's here. Lincroft, bright ideas. Lincroft, now summer's here. Lincroft, Lincroft.
I want to dance with you. You're kidding.
For the first time on television, Strictly Ballroom, soon on 7. Let your imagination run wild with TV's hottest couple, Lois and Clark, 7:30 Monday.
Peter Mitchell with 7 Nightly News.
A long road to the MCG and his second premiership.
An 80-point drubbing for Geelong. The Eagles run away with the premiership. Good evening and welcome to this grand final edition of 7 Nightly News. And the AFL Cup is going west once more. Geelong unable to topple favourites the West Coast Eagles. In front of 95,000 fans, it's a shattering blow for the Cats, who descended on the MCG in high spirits. Here's Jim Wilson.
It's been a long time between drinks for Geelong fans, but even before the game, the Cats were confident that this would be the year. While one brave Eagle decided to travel with the enemy from Cardinia Park.
Mum, we got an Eagle one on our bus.
Several specially chartered Boeing 747s arrived this morning, and on board, Eagles fanatics.
It's Melbourne, it's raining.
You can't be serious about taking our cup back to Western Australia.
Of course we're serious. We're deadly serious.
Around 1,300 people packed into the Southern Cross Ballroom for the traditional North Melbourne Grand Final breakfast, and there was good support for both sides.
I think it's Geelong. The weather's right, the ground's right. I think between 6 and 18 points.
I don't like doing it, but I'm going for the Eagles.
Being a country person, I've got to stick with Geelong.
Me too.
Well, I'd say the Eagles by 4 goals, 3.
Traffic was heavy around the G from early morning, while Mr Football was predicting an upset.
Hit them early, get in front before the run comes, and I mean they're home.
Mick Malthouse was in a reflective mood as he took a stroll around Albert Lake, and later in the morning was joined by West Coast players, all trying to settle the nerves. But the lion's share of the capacity crowd were hoping for a fairy tale win to the Cats.
Definitely a one-eyed Cat supporter. Through and through, have been since I've been that high.
The Cats were first to arrive at the ground as Gary Ablett was given a welcome to remember on his 33rd birthday. Billy Brownless had a chat with his family. Ruckman John Barnes was running late, but he remained unperturbed.
Good night's sleep? Yeah, ripper night's sleep, actually.
But Mick Malthouse was far from impressed when the team bus tried entering the MCG. Peter Matera then had to endure intense physiotherapy, but it didn't faze Chris Mainwaring. Next door in the Cats' rooms, Barnesy continued his laid-back lead up to the big one. Inside, a sea of colour, although for this skydiver, not the perfect routine, missing the stadium and landing in the car park. Despite the embarrassment, he was okay as the Seekers farewelled Australia with an old favourite. The RAAF roulettes were breathtaking, and all was in readiness.
And this is the moment we've all been waiting for. There's nothing like Grand Final Day, and at stake for the Cats and the Eagles, football's ultimate prize.
The streets were empty in Geelong, while at half-time the crowd was entertained by 1,200 school children, with the theme centred on this, the year of the family. But the '94 Grand Final belonged to the Pride of the West, winning their second flag in 2 years. Jim Wilson, 7 Nightly News. And it's over to the MCG now, where Peter Land is standing by with highlights of the match. And Pete, what a dreadful birthday for Gary Ablett and a shocker for Cat fans.
Yes, I guess it just couldn't have been worse, Mitch. The Eagles grinding the gutsy Cats into the MCG turf to win their second AFL premiership by the huge margin of 80 points. Geelong led by a point at quarter time, but the Eagles then got into gear, slamming on 16 goals to 4 to run out the easiest of winners. Drew Morfitt with the highlights.
Malcolm Blight has been relaxed all week, but 5 minutes before the bounce, Mick Malthouse was being Mick Malthouse. In the 4th minute, Tony Evans roved a pack for the first goal.
Taken brilliantly by Evans, who shoots.
Goal.
The Cats' powerhouse, Gary Hocking, damaged a thigh in this tripping incident and limped to the bench. When Bond goaled on the run from deep in the pocket to give the Eagles a 3-goal lead, the smile had been wiped off Blight's face. But Geelong kicked the next 4. Wills, who had replaced Hocking, running around Worsfold.
Kicks from 35. Oh, great goal.
And the crowd rose again when Ablett outmuscled Brennan. The Cats by a point at quarter time.
Ablett in front. Works off his man, takes the mark, open goal. Gets it, Geelong in front.
Wonderful ball handling by Heady set up a goal for Wilson. The Eagles back in front. And Wilson kicked another 4 minutes later to turn Hinckley's day into a nightmare.
Another very good kick, he's got it.
The Cats' only goal of the second quarter came from the highlight of the match.
Kicks well inside the 50.
Brownless was up level with the Great Southern Stand. But Geelong came back to earth with a thud. Hinckley's nightmare worsening.
Well, big mistake here.
Geelong's defence was in tatters, and another kick-in coughed up a goal.
Oh, look at this again. Evans chops it off. Soomich is going to kick it over.
The Eagles by 23 points at half-time, and it could have been worse. Brownless kicked the Cats only 2 goals in the third quarter, with a clever runaround and after a strong mark.
That's a very good mark.
But the Eagles buried them further. Jason Ball kicked straight after a series of missed attempts.
It sits for him, 25 metres out, it's a goal.
And best on ground Dean Kemp ran the legs off Brewer and put the finishing touch to a great display.
45 metres out, Dean Kemp. Will this be a goal? Yes, it will.
Cat skipper Mark Bairstow was reduced to cheap sniping, and the Eagles ran to a 6-goal lead at the last change. It was another 8-1 in the last quarter as the Eagles went on to an 80-point victory. Gary Ablett's 33rd birthday came up with only 1 goal as he lowered his colours to Michael Brennan. Kemp won the Norm Smith medal and capped off long runs with goals even when he didn't mean it.
Goal anyway!
And another sweet moment for Coach Malthouse.
The Eagles are premiers for the second time in 3 seasons.
It's just fantastic to see the guys. We've won